Hey guys, so today's subject will be, are ghosts real? So if you haven't seen my 41 odd facts about me, I will put it up here. And in that video, one of the questions asks, do you believe in ghosts? And I said yes, but I think I said something like my definition of a ghost might not be the same as everybody else's. And people were commenting, oh, I want to know more, like what's your idea of what a ghost is? So I was like, oh, thinking to myself, I'm like, yeah, I'll have to do a video on that subject. So here we are. So you should probably start with my spirituality or faith or whatever you want to call it. I've talked about this before also. I think it was in the same video. It was like, do you believe in God? Yes, I believe in God. Yes, I believe in the devil. And I also believe in like demons and like evil. And beyond that, nothing else really. I don't have any set religion I follow. I kind of just have like those beliefs and being a good person, and that's about it. Like I don't follow any religion or anything like that. So I guess it's probably based off of what I was taught growing up, because my mother was the main influence over me as far as religion and believing in God and all that. So I always trusted what she said. I don't know why. My father was Catholic, and I would be forced to go to church with him on certain holidays like Easter and stuff. And I hated it there. Like I hated it at the Catholic church. Nothing against like Catholics. It was just like I didn't feel comfortable there. Like I didn't feel like I belonged. But my mom would loosely like talk to me about like religious stuff that she learned from Jehovah's Witnesses. And I know a lot of people believe that they're like a cult and this and that, and I'm not going to disagree. Like, if that's what you think, fine. If you don't, fine, whatever. I just always learn like parts of their religion, and part of the religion was, God, the devil, and evil spirits. And that's part just always stuck with me, but like with everything else with that religion, I don't really believe any other part of it. Like, there's all different aspects in that religion, like different things, and I didn't agree with the rest of the stuff. So just all growing up, I just, what those few things my mom taught me, that's what I believed. Let's get down to the point. I believe in ghosts, but I do not believe that they are the spirits of dead loved ones or of dead people that died that are still walking around or, like roaming this earth in spiritual ghost form. Like, I don't believe it's that. I believe that when you die, your soul dies with you, and that's it. You're gone. That's not to say I don't necessarily maybe believe in some sort of reincarnation, but like that's a totally different subject, I guess. So my belief is that ghosts are actually evil spirits, like from, that come from like the whole like demon side of things and the devil. So growing up, that's always what I believed, and I was constantly scared, and that's why I was scared of the dark, because my mom taught me this, and I don't know why. She didn't do it as a scare tactic. She just was like, I'm informing you of this, And when I would go to bed and I would have the lights out, I would freak out because I'd always think that I was going to see like an evil spirit in my room. So I'd always have to have the lights on because I felt like if I had the lights on, then I was safe. And I'm going to talk about my few instances where I experienced some sort of, I don't even know, paranormal. I don't even know if you want to call it paranormal, because I don't believe in it's like ghosts, like people's spirits, but more like a demonic type of forces, I guess you want to say. I remember laying in bed, and I shared a bed with my sister when I was little. I think I must have been around 10 years old. And we had these dolls in the closet on the top that lined the top shelf They were these Italian dolls that we had gotten from Italy as gifts. And they were the type of dolls that, they were small, they were probably like this big, like that maybe. They had like the blinky eyes where like if you laid them down their eyes were closed and you tipped them up their eyes were open. Nothing to do with the eyes. I remember laying in bed and I was awake. I was definitely awake. I wasn't imagining this, I wasn't dreaming. And I looked, the closet door was open. I looked in the closet and I saw the doll wave at me. Clear as day, the doll waved. I freaked out. I called for my mom and she's just like, oh, you're fine. It's nothing. It's nothing. Shut the closet. That was it. But that has always stuck with me to this day. I always have that in my head. I remember it. And to this day, I cannot sleep with the closet door open. It has to be closed, like not even open this much. It has to be completely closed all the way or I cannot go to sleep. The second thing that's happened to me was when my grandmother died, because my grandmother used to live with me. And since like before I was born, she lived in the house with my mother and my father. And she passed away. A key trait that you always knew when she got up in the morning was that she would walk from her bedroom across the hall to the bathroom. And you could tell her footsteps on the wooden floor because it kind of creaked. After she died, me and my sister both distinctly heard the sound of her walking across the floor to go into the bathroom. I do not believe it was my grandmother, because like I said, I don't believe the spirit stays in the physical world. I think that it was something sinister, I guess you want to say, like trying to get me and my sister to maybe believe that she was still around. I don't have any reasoning as to why like evil spirits or demons want you to believe in them. I honestly don't know. Maybe so you get more involved with them and bring them closer and into your house. That was kind of my idea of it. Like, I always have said in other videos, I do not like Ouija boards or tarot cards because for me that's a gateway to bring those things into your home because you're trying to communicate with the dead, and I don't feel like you're really communicating with the dead. I feel like you're communicating with evil. So that's why I never use those things and I don't like them. So I'm going to talk about my mother's experiences that she told me and my sister. And my mother has never lied to me and my sister. She even down to the fact that she wouldn't even tell us that Santa Claus was real because she didn't want to lie to us. So all growing up, I was never taught about Santa Claus. So I don't have reason to believe that she was lying to me and my sister about ghosts. So my mother, before she became any sort of religion or anything like that, before we were born, she used to mess around with tarot cards. And she said the things that what she would read, like the readings that she would get from the tarot cards, she said they would come true. A few things happened to family members, like I don't want to get into it, but it happened to family members, and she's like, whatever the tarot card said, like it happened. And then she said that one night she was sleeping and sharing a bed with my father, and my grandmother was still alive at this time. And she looked in the doorway, and there stood my grandmother just kind of like staring at them. And she was like, Mom, go to bed. And she said the closer that she looked, she realized it wasn't her mother, that it was something else. She said it walked over to the bed, the side of the bed, looked down at my father, because he was asleep at this time, he hadn't woken up, looked back at my mother with like an evil like stare and grin, and she said she closed her eyes, and when she opened them she saw that tail end of it like kind of like rising up through the ceiling, and it left. Now what she told me was she was praying at this point when she had closed her eyes for whatever it was, like for God to make it go away. So I think at that point she started to become more religious and believe that the tarot cards were the source of bad things coming into the house. So she started to, read the Bible more and learn more about the Jehovah's Witness religion. And like I said, isn't about the Jehovah's Witness religion. It's just more about my mother becoming more religious and getting away from, tarot cards and Ouija boards and things like that, because she ended up believing that those were evil spirits that she was bringing into our home. I don't know if she had any other encounters besides that one. That was the key one that always stuck with me. But she did say the only other thing that had happened to her was she decided, I don't want these tarot cards anymore. I'm going to burn them. So she said she waited one night until I was asleep. And she went outside and she took like a bowl. I think it was like a metal bowl or something. She dumped she dumped the tarot cards in the bowl, and she poured lighter fluid all over them and went to light them on fire. And she said they would not light on fire. She was like, I kept trying and trying and trying. She's like, they would not light. She goes, finally, she's like, I tried again, and she said that she said a huge like poof went up, and she said the cards just like were in flames and then they were gone. And I think at that point, nothing else ever came into our house again besides the encounters that I had had. And I think at that point is when she really got into religion. I don't really want to get to that, but so basically my story or belief or whatever you want to call it is that I don't believe in ghosts as far as loved ones that have passed away, even though it's a nice thought to think that they could still be here with us and watching over us, and have contact with them because you miss them. I just don't feel like that's what it is. I think their souls are gone, and I don't know. It's just like the circle of life, I guess, and a new life starts, so I just don't believe it. I feel like it would just be like overload of ghosts everywhere if people like stuck around. So yeah, I do believe in ghosts, but I believe that they're something more evil and sinister, which is scary for me because I can't really watch ghost movies. Like I literally was watching Annabelle last night and I'm like, oh my god. Oh my god. Like I think it was Annabelle Comes Home, and I was like freaking out, and I'm just like, oh, I need to stop watching this because I will have nightmares or I have trouble falling asleep and I'm scared because it's something real to me that I can really see. Like I'm gonna see like something come after me like a demon. Whereas like, if you watch a movie about like, I don't know, some sort of like sea creature that attacks you, it's like, okay, I know that's not real. From my mind, that's not real, but like ghosts and your evil spirits are real to me. So I'm kind of a wimp when it comes to stuff like that and ghost movies. A lot of the times I avoid those types of movies because they're too much for me. So, but I do like the Haunted Mansion. My Haunted Mansion show, a ghost will follow you home. I really don't want a ghost to follow me home, but anyways, let me know what you guys think about this. What is your viewpoint on ghosts? Do you believe that there are dead loved ones or other people that are just roaming the earth still, like they're spirits? Or do you believe, like what I believe, that they're something more evil? I hope this made sense. I hope you don't think that I'm a weirdo. Everybody has their different religions or faiths or beliefs. And like, I don't think anybody's necessarily right or necessarily wrong. I think whatever you believe is the truth to you, and that's all that matters. So, yeah. That's it for me today, you guys. If you haven't already, please think about subscribing to my channel. I'd love to have you guys here. And don't forget, I have my Patreon where I'd like to be able to put more back into this channel and grow bigger. That would really help me out a lot. Everything is linked below in the description box. Until next time, stay dark, my friends. And I will talk to you guys later.